Alright YouTube, I'm just where I ended the previous video at, and this hill that goes up here is pretty darn steep, so I'm going to see if I can, you know, make my way up. Just throwing some of the graves right here. Cora E. Warman, David K. Corman, so possibly her father, or actually her husband, Also, M.U., and I don't know if I pronounced the first name correctly, Marianne Kelcher, another German last name, but you see just the beautiful colors from this place. Ober right here. Ober is they have a flower shop in the area, so this is possibly their plot in the area. I'm not entirely certain on that, but Ella A. Nur, James N. Hoyes, Maui and Noyes died. James died 1826 and Maui died 1967. John Ober, so there is some Ober family here. This is an Ober gravesite. The O is because that's their logo for their flower shopping. Here's Violet D. Swigert, Harold W. Swigert, Alfred E. Blocher, right here. Harry D. Limburger, son, and Anna L. Limburger. So Albert Limburger. So mother's father and son buried there. Ober family, Ann Ober, Richard Ober. Right there. There's the Ober family sign again. The plots in this cemetery tend to be very expensive, especially any areas that's near any historic areas. Right here. Mother Louise L. Bragg. Right here. Robert T. Ruppel. Elizabeth Ruppel. Right here. Yeah, one good thing when you're up on the hillside, you get some really good views of the canopies of these huge and wonderful trees that are here in this cemetery. Anna Leedorf Heck, 1915. Wilhelmina L. Heck, so possibly her daughter, Irma R. Heck, right there. Yeah, I'm going to continue walking up to the lookout, and then I'm going to start a new one up there. Donald Kent, right there. Reber Kirst. Connolly Farber, right here. Squirrels are very active in the park right now, so they're taking advantage of the warm weather to store nuts or whatever they're trying to store. Grave under the tree site. Oscar Hope Hapstick. He didn't live very long, only 20 years old. Mother Christina Friedrich, 1828 to 1914. So she's one of the oldest people that was living buried here in the early 1900s when she died. Dora Hendrickson. Just another view right here. Mother Sarah Warwig. Gorgeous view of the hillside. A couple people on the lookout, columbarium. Augustus C. Gregory, Colonel 5th Wisconsin Infantry. There's the hill I just climbed up, so that's a pretty steep incline. Good view of the downtown Dayton skyline from up here. Excuse me there. Yeah, this is one of the more recent graves. Cheryl Lynn Dom in this part of the cemetery. She paid a pretty penny for this land. I can promise you that much. It's not cheap to be buried in this. This is probably the most expensive part of the cemetery, buried in a real good view of the skyline. I'm going to start a separate video for the lookout tower, but I'm going to let this one run for a little bit. Edward Alonzo Cope, Lieutenant Colonel, U.S. Air Force, Vietnam. So he's only been here a little over a year. Cope family, McCormick, Judy's still alive, Keith is dead. A bride in charities. Charity rejoices with the truth. Truth abides and is strong forever. You got some beautiful fall colors here, but I'm gonna get more of that on a separate video of this. I'm gonna get ready to cut this one here soon, right here. It's an absolute gorgeous view looking down on the cemetery right here. And I'm going to start a video here from the lookout tower separately, just observe for a few minutes. An observation. Yep, here it is right here, but that's it for this one, YouTube.